Trainers versus live blades. It's definitely a pretty big debate in the battle song community. Interestingly enough, I've been flipping for almost 3 years now, and I've never actually touched a live blade in my life. So I thought that I could talk about why I'll probably never touch a live blade, unless I go to Blade Show, and also just some of my general opinions on choosing between trainers and live blades. Let's get into it. There are obviously a lot of pros and cons when it comes to both live blades and trainers, and it's kind of part of your job as a flipper to choose which ones outweigh each other when it comes to making a decision. Personally, I've never been drawn to live blades. They're not illegal in the state that I live in, and I promise I'm not saying this to be egotistical or anything, but for the most part, when it comes to basic tricks, since I've been flipping for a while and always try my best to respect the bite handle as if I were flipping a live blade, I'd probably be fine in terms of safety. It's just that, well, I've never really wanted a live blade. I definitely get that there's an element of thrill when it comes to flipping live blades, but that's something I've never personally yearned for. Whenever people ask me if what I'm flipping is sharp, I usually joke by saying, no, I like keeping my fingers where they are, on my hand. Anyway, my point is, I've never flipped a live blade, so what you won't get from this video is my opinions on what that's like. But luckily I know someone who can do that for you. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Spliks, fellow battle song flipper and avid live blade enjoyer.
Hey, what's up? It's Spliks here. So, in today's video, it's not my video, but it's Profix's video. He invited me to come on his channel and give y'all a little 2-minute little clip on my stance on live blades versus trainers. Now, if you guys know me, you know I like live blades better, but I duel the absolute crap out of them, which explains why I can do this. Final chaplain. So, for one, take a look at the NRB Vortex or the Kraken Trainer. They're both really cool. I like trainers a lot. I just like live blades better. So, take a look at the NRB Vortex, like I just said, or the Kraken Trainer. Both of them, they're really cool looking knives. Some people would argue that the Kraken Trainer is a little bit more confused looking, but personally, I don't mind it. I think the Kraken Trainer and the NRB Vortex are both really cool knives, and I really like them. But look at something like the Bowie Kraken, like I have here. This is my favorite knife that I own at the moment. Look at it. It just looks a whole lot better, a whole lot more, I guess, more clean, more cool looking. And it's just a better battle song in my opinion. It's just like the blade is just a better looking blade. Now, second of all, other than battle songs, other than live blades looking better in my opinion, they also sound better in my opinion. There are lots of good trainers out there that actually sound like really good, like the NRB Vortex for example. That thing sounds absolutely amazing. I am doing the same trick over and over. The NRB Vortex sounds absolutely amazing. Same thing with the Koenig Trainer, I think, as far as I've heard. But if you go to something like the Kraken Trainer, that thing sounds absolutely horrible when it's not like, when it's not like anything like Carbon Honey or anything like that. While the Kraken Trainer, while the live blade Kraken, sorry, it sounds really good when it's lubed. Let me go lube it, I'll be right back. So I just lubed up my Bowie Kraken, and basically, as you guys probably heard from a few minutes ago, it sounds okay when it's dry, but now it just sounds super good. So yeah, it sounds really good. Now, third of all, and probably last of all, live blades are quite useful when they're actually sharp, and plus, they're the only thing you can use in Bally Comp. They should really add a trainer version of Bally Comp, but honestly, for right now at Blade Show, live blades are the only thing you can use in Bally Comp. A nice razor sharp live bladed battle song. Is it a bad thing? No, I agree with it, because it's really the only way to show off real skill. So yeah, those are my 3 stances on live blades versus trainers. I just threw my knife, well, right in my shelves, because I have shelves right here. But yeah, basically my 3 stances are: live blades look better, they sound better, and they're the only thing you can use in Bally Comp. Anyway, that's my clip, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the ProFixit video. Peace out, guys.
Thank you for that, man. Spliks' channel will be linked in the description, so please check him out if you get a chance. But get this, Spliks won't be the only feature in this video. Ladles and germs, let me welcome my friend, the absolutely incredible flipper and content creator, Turkeys.
Yo, what's up guys, Turkeys here. My thoughts on live blades? Well, I think they're better than trainers because 1, they sound better and have better balance usually. And 2, they just look cooler because this Bowie blade compared to a trainer blade, much cooler. My third reason is that when it's sharp, takes a little bit more skill to practice because there's danger in when you're practicing. That's what I think.
Thank you too, dude. Again, Turkeys will also be linked in the description. So, now that you know what it's like to flip live blades, let me get into some more of my thoughts. Like I said, I've never really wanted to flip live blades, and one of the main reasons for that is because I think nowadays there are so many good trainers out there. A flipper can do more than get by without the presence of a live blade ever reaching their collection if they wish it not to. I mean, just to name a few, you have the NRB Vortex, all the Spliks products, all the high-end BB Barfly products, a lot of the newer trainers on Amazon. Think the Volt, the Comet, any other things by Nibali's and Marcolo, and many more. I definitely know I've never felt the urge to make the switch due to any quality issues in terms of flippability, durability, look, sound, and anything else you might look for in a balance song. Along with this, in my experience, I've personally found that being a trainer-only flipper is actually both motivated and allowed me to flip more often. See, I'll be honest, like I'm sure it is with a lot of flippers, my parents aren't the fondest when it comes to the idea of me flipping a knife around. And while I totally respect that some people want to fight for flipping a live blade, and I find it really cool that some people have come to some really awesome conclusions when it comes to that personal aspect of flipping, due to the fact that flipping a live blade isn't something I've ever really wanted to do, I haven't felt the need to bring it up. My point with this is since I only flip trainers, I can just kind of flip around my house while hanging with my family and no one really bats an eye because for the most part I'm doing something safe. Now, this next reason is a bit oddly specific, but as someone who likes to flip in the morning quite a lot, I found I make a lot of mistakes when I'm drowsy. So having that extra level of knowledge that I'm not going to cut myself real bad because I got 3.5 hours of sleep the night before is something nice to know. All in all though, this is all down to a couple things. Where you live, how cool the people around you are with you flipping a live blade, and mainly personal preference. Now, I don't want anyone in the comments to discriminate against one another about what your choices are. Obviously, you're totally free to disagree, but at the same time, let people make the choices they want to make. The last thing I want from this video, or any of my videos really, is to spread any negativity. So let's all be cool, friends. Well, that's it, and that's all for this video. I want to give a huge thanks again to both Turkeys and Spliks for being a part of this video. Please check them out if you enjoy balance song content, because they're both incredible creators. That's it from me, and as always, have a phenomenal day, ladies and gentlemen.